Hello, welcome to the Lakers Live post-game show. Lakers get it done, 109-95. Joined as always by my best crew right here, Manny Medina. Guys, we won. We're up 2-1 in the series. Taking care of business. Obviously, Lakers were up by 21 at the most. But fourth quarter offense again just went quiet, which is something we've seen them do. Obviously, it's frustrating, but it's not frustrating to see this team come out there, get the job done. They're not happy yet. They're not satisfied, and oh my God, what a game for AD, guys! I mean, Medina, your guy is just popping off.
Mama
Manny, you
bear.
got lucky. You're lucky. You are lucky, Manny, that Medina is sharing
Didn't
her
pick her,
Anthony
yeah. Didn't
Davis
pick
with
him.
you because
Only with
he's
my crew.
he is balling right now, and he is playing great. He is doing everything terrific. So that's the best thing about it right now, guys.
Yeah, what's there to say about AD? He is an absolute tank. I tweeted this before. He's not human. He's literally a freaking alien, like from outer space. It's insane. Like, let me tell you how insane AD was. And by the way, I'll also kind of gloat here. My pick. I picked him the pregame. But 34 points, 11 rebounds. I said he was going to grab a lot of boards and get a lot of points. And that's exactly what he did. And he shot 11 for 22 from the field. 50% from the field. Exactly what you want to see from him. And obviously he had 2 attempts from the 3. But that's what I like to see, AD. 2 attempts from the 3. If you're not making them, stop taking them. That's what I like to see. And then obviously, like LeBron James, what's there to say about him? 21 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Another near triple-double game for LeBron. He shot 9 from 19 from the field. Again, 50% from the field. Love to see that. And then Dennis Schroeder. This guy is looking like our sidekick. If everything we wanted Kuzma to be, Schroeder looks like he's doing that. He's actually our third sidekick with 20 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 6 for 11 from the field. I don't like that we're shooting too much shots from the field, but it's all good. I'm very happy to see that our guys are getting involved and we're getting shots that we need to do. But then there's one guy I want to talk about, obviously, and Kyle Kuzma. Oh, Dio mio. 2 for 8 from 3, 2 for 12 from the field. This was his worst playoff game yet. He's had bad playoff games in this series, but this is the worst one he's had. It's not even close. But then there's one guy I want to see get more minutes, obviously, and that's Ben McLemore. I don't know why he only had 4 minutes. But either way, guys, I'm very happy with our defensive effort. Great game for the Lakers. Also, another thing I want to add, 16 points we held them in the second quarter. I know the second quarter we didn't play great, but I'm very happy to know that we played very good defensively. The Suns didn't score for 6 minutes straight. I know we didn't score for 4 minutes straight, but the Suns didn't score for 6 minutes straight. Very good game for the Lakers, and my key to the game is always contain Booker. We've been doing exactly that, you guys. If you look at Booker's stats, literally, he's 1 for 4 from the 3. Guys, this is one of the best players in the NBA that we keep on containing. And I said it. If we keep on containing Booker, 100%, 1,000 billion percent without a doubt, we are winning this series and going to the next round. Let's go. I am so happy right now, so fired up. It may be 1:10 in the morning right now here in Montreal, but man, I am so freaking hype. Let's go, boys.
Hey, that's what I like to hear, Manny. Let's go. Happy that we got that 2-1 lead right now. Just like what Manny was saying, shout out to AD, James, Drummond. I know he only played 20 minutes, but in those 20 minutes, Drummond managed to hit 6 points and 11 rebounds. Let's go, Drummond. Schroeder, he's working for that contract that he wants. We love to see it. KCP was my player to watch. Unfortunately, he did have to leave the game early due to an injury. Hopefully, we do see him back next game, and the couple of days off gives him time to heal and rest up. He had 5 points with 4 rebounds, and he shot 0 for 2. I feel like KCP was finally getting his rhythm back. He was still not doing that great from the 3-point line, but he was definitely contributing something out there. He looked like he was starting to play more aggressive until he got injured. So it's unfortunate, but hopefully we see him back and at it again on Sunday night. Kuzma, actually, that's one thing I'm going to have to disagree with you on there, Manny. He did have a terrible game, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that was his worst playoff game yet. I feel like the previous game that he played was probably one of his worst, because at least this game he contributed to rebounds. He had 10 rebounds, and he did have 8 points. Last game, I didn't see that great of a stat from him. So he did play not the best, but he did contribute something, but he needs to play better. He has got to step it up. Every time I looked at Kuzma tonight, he looked like, I don't know where I should be. He looked kind of lost, but he started, making some passes. He started rebounding the ball, but we need more aggressiveness from him. We need him to start knocking down those threes. We need him to get hot. And I feel like he's a little bit nervous out there right now, but Kuzma, you can do better. We know you can. You got to start doing better. This is playoff time. There's no time to slack off anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Aaron.
I was just gonna say on the Kuzma thing before, and then let you get back to it. But I was just gonna even on a Kuzma, like, guys, we were talking about that too in the pregame show. I mean, we were saying, like, Kuzma, you gotta do something. And honestly, I was even saying too that, look, even if it's not on the offensive end, I'd rather see him at least get 10 rebounds. I mean, those 10 rebounds that he got were very valuable rebounds that he needed. And you know what? As I've been saying, and I'll say it again and again with Kuzma, if you can't score and you can't get your shots to go, keep doing things to help your team. Exactly. I mean, look, he was doing it. He got at least 3 assists. But honestly, getting double-digit rebounds, helping your team out, and almost should have put that shot in there, but he got 5 effort points right there of trying to go after the rebound, the hustle there underneath the basket, smallest guy under there, trying to tip it in, trying to get the ball, trying to tip it in again. You know what? And the Lakers got the possession there. I'm saying I think Kuzma just needs to find a rhythm again, right, Medina?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know what's up with him right now, but he's not playing the way he should be. He's just been too inconsistent. We've been saying it for a lot of games now. Kuzma, you gotta find yourself out there. There's no more excuses to make for you anymore. This is the playoff times. This is a time where you gotta step it up and help your team out. Especially like when you got one 3-point shooter out of the game, we gotta rely on you to step it up. And speaking of 3-point shooting, that was actually my keys to the game, is to have KCP and Kuzma get hot with their 3-point shots, and also have at least above 45% from the 3-point line. Averaging, we did terrible. We shot only 25%. We shot 7 for 28. I hate our 3-point shooting so much, guys. So much. I really wish we would stop doing that, especially in the fourth quarter when we let the Suns, I don't know how many threes we let them get on us, but they got enough to cut our 17-point lead down to an 8-point lead, and we were freaking out because we thought we were going to not lose the game, but they were catching up, and that's not good to have in the playoffs. You don't sleep on the fourth quarter like that, guys. You don't shoot unnecessary 3-pointers. No matter how much you're up by, if you're cold with your 3-pointers, stop. I mean, they dominated in the paint tonight, and that's just where they should have kept going. I mean, shout out to them for scoring 58 points in the paint. That's ridiculous. Keep it up, Lakers. Do what you got to do with that. And that's how we win the games. But there's one more thing I'd want to mention that I wasn't happy about. I keep going back and forth to what made me happy and what made me not happy. But turnovers. My God, how did we go from having only 9 turnovers last game to having 9 turnovers in that first quarter, and overall 20 turnovers? That's not okay, guys. 20 turnovers? Come on. This is the playoffs. Take it serious now. You cannot be mishandling the ball. You cannot be making these risky passes, especially if you see that the other team's about to come and cut the score down. That just makes me so frustrated. Like, I love so much about the Lakers, but the couple things I'm not happy with are the things that they're consistent about, which is their 3-point shooting and their turnover rate. It's just terrible, and that's got to improve soon.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Manny.
No, honestly, I agree with Medina. Like, the turnovers have been a mess all season long. How many games, guys, have we had like 20 to like 19 turnovers a night in this
Too
regular
much.
season? Too much. Thank you. Exactly, Medina. But shout out to Tice, obviously, my boy from college. But yeah, he's right. That guy, oh, deal meal. He's like, I like what you guys said that Kuzma has been getting boards, and he has been. He had 8 points and 10 rebounds. That's actually very good. But the thing that I don't like about Kuzma is his shooting percentage. I don't know why he has that mentality in his head. I want to be Steph Curry. I want to be Steph Curry. I want to shoot like 10 million shots and make like half of them. The game doesn't work like that. That's not the way you play. It's not like every single player is going to be like a Steph Curry that you're going to shoot like 50-60% from the field. Like, there's different players do different things. The NBA is made like that. You're not made to get every single shot up. Like, you got to do other things. And I like the one thing that Kuzma did was that the fact that he got 10 boards. That is what I like to see. I mean, Aaron, you kind of said that if Kuzma can't score, he's got to do other things. He's got to contribute in rebounds and assists. And honestly, with the fact that he had 3 assists, it's not the worst. Like, Kuzma's passing has been very underrated as of late. I will be honest with that. But KCP, on the other hand, he's looking like the KCP that we saw the first year in LA when we first signed him back in 2018, where he was very inconsistent and he just looked so disinterested on the court. That's what he's looking at like right now. And I'm not liking it. I want to see the KCP that we saw in the bubble, the one that was fearless, the one that gave 0 Fs on the court, where he really wanted to take the high percentage shots, and he would make those high percentage shots. But the thing is, we're not seeing that from KCP. KCP and Kuzma, I'm on your heads right now. And I don't care. I'm keeping it 100% right here, and I will call them out. I don't care. Like, if you're having a bad game, I'm going to call you out. I love my Lakers to death, and I want to see all my boys do good. Not just one. I want to see all of them do good. I love this team to death, and I want to see them all contribute no matter what.
Couldn't agree more. That was well said. I've said my thing on KCP and Kuzma. They both are just playing terrible right now. They got to step it up. They got to do better. Hopefully, with KCP's injury, he's good and he comes back stronger Sunday. But there's something else I wanted to touch on. Actually, it's a question for you guys. But how do you guys feel about Cameron Payne shooting 15 points, having 3 for 5 from the 3-point line? Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, that, and that fourth quarter especially. Like, how are you guys feeling when you guys were watching him make all those buckets?
Yeah, I was honestly it was frustrating because the Lakers not only did, we were doing such a great job and we were up, you have a momentum, you're up by 15, you're up by 16, whatever it may be. You're up, okay, big deal. Cameron Payne, okay, AD slips and falls. Cameron Payne gets a shot, okay, whatever, it's not a big deal. Then all of a sudden they're trying to ride Cameron Payne again, and the Lakers didn't do anything. They turned the ball over, and I just feel like in the game, I don't know, like, to adding to that is also, I feel like LeBron and AD, obviously, no questions asked, were gassed. And they'd be lying, and anybody would be lying to you, telling you, nah, they look fine, they can play the whole game. No. They were gassed. AD was gassed. They wanted to keep going. I get it. They're basketball guys. They want to stay out there. That's a closing lineup. I think Vogel may wanted to change around the minutes. I think when you're up 21 in the game, maybe you throw in some more bench guys. Maybe you put in Markieff Morris. You put in some other shooting to stop that. I think, honestly, that kind of added on to Cameron Payne being able to shoot these baskets out, because the Lakers just looked gassed by the time we got to that point. What do you think, Manny?
Couldn't agree more. But the question I want to ask you guys also, wasn't Cameron Payne like known as one of the worst players in the NBA like years ago? Back on OKC and on the Bulls, he was kind of an irrelevant player. Like this guy would shoot like 20% from three. He was literally Paul George in the playoffs, the way he would play in the regular season. And then he comes to Phoenix, and out of nowhere, he's like a 3-point sniper. I don't get it. Like, great job to him that he revitalizes his career in Phoenix, but damn, like, he can't miss. In the fourth quarter, I was like getting scared a little bit. I was thinking, are we gonna choke this game? Because he was like firing on all cylinders, bang, 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 every single second, and I'm just like, no, we're not choking this game. Please tell me we're not gonna choke this game. But thank God we survived. But Aaron, I agree with the fact that you said that Vogel finally found his closing lineup. Like also shout out to Tice. He was saying it back in game 1 on our post game that expect Vogel to make a bunch of adjustments, and he did. He made a lot of defensive adjustments, and I'm so happy he did that, because now that he did that, we finally know our closing lineup. So now in the fourth quarter, we know how to close our games. If the Suns get hot, we know how to shut them down after. And obviously, shout out to our guys that we keep defending Booker. I love that, because that's the big dog on Phoenix. That guy is gonna bury you if you do not cover him up and you do not defend him. And that's what we keep doing to Booker. I love it. We keep doing that. Like I said, we are winning this series. Remember I said Lakers in 7? Don't be surprised if we win it in 5.
Really?
We can if we keep shutting.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. If we keep shutting down Booker the way we are, Lakers in 5. If we stop shutting down Booker, it's Lakers in 7.
Manny, I'm gonna hold you to that, man, because you were hey, let's not forget, you were very adamant about Lakers in 7. No, this is going 7 games. This is going 7 games. Obviously, though, I mean, guys, a lot of things change. I mean, based off of injury, based off of how each game is going game to game. I think also in Phoenix's terms, this game changes a lot for them because of Chris Paul. You obviously know he's not. He didn't show up again in the fourth quarter. Obviously, it was a completely different score than it was towards the end of the game. But I think he's just not. Look, he's 7 points. Played 27 minutes in the game. You could just tell, like, even watching him shoot free throws, like, you could see him going like this with his arm to try and loosen it up, try and sit there and stretch things out. I mean, maybe in the next 2. I mean, thankfully, I'm happy. If anything, the Lakers get 2 days off to reset the engines here, let everybody get everybody that was banged up, including Anthony Davis again. I think Medina, all of us, Manny included as well. I think we all just kind of freak every time he goes down, every time he starts limping, even if he says, I'm good, like, I'm playing, I'm fine. He looked over at Vogel. There's a clip. I don't know if you guys saw that. He looked directly over at Vogel, and Vogel said, they want me to pull you out. He says, no. I'm not coming out of this game. This is winning time right now. I can play through this. I'm fine. That's the kind of mentality you got to have. And look, he's going to get banged up. It's just, that's how he is. That's who he is as a player. He goes in there. He's aggressive. Obviously, it shows on what his game was today with dropping 34 and 11. But, he just likes living down there, and that's where his sweet spot is. And he's just got to be ready for that, because knowing him, he'll be fine. LeBron's going to be fine. Hopefully KCP, we're all waiting to hear the news on KCP, but it just looks like he hyperextended his quad, so hopefully it's nothing too serious, that he could recover from and be ready to go. Also with Chris Paul on Phoenix's side, because he's really a big piece to their offense that's going to kind of change the momentum of this whole series.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can tell that Kobe mentored AD during the U.S. Olympics, because you can tell now he has that Mamba mentality. After that game 1 bad game that the AD had, everyone was going on the bus back to the hotel. AD's like, nah, I'm staying in the Phoenix Suns arena, and I'm gonna get my shots up, because I'm not stopping until I make all of them. And that's what Kobe used to do.
Hey.
If Kobe used to have a bad game, either he would be watching film, or he would be in the gym working. And that's what I love that AD has. AD has that mama mentality, and you can tell That's the reason why Rob Pelinka gave him that 5-year multi-million-dollar contract, because he sees it. This is the next guy that will be in LA. I mean, no disrespect to LeBron. Obviously, LeBron is the better player, but we don't know how many years LeBron's gonna have after this year. So that's why AD had that max, because AD's still in his prime, and he could definitely play for another 10 plus years at a high level. And if AD leads us to multiple championships, don't be surprised to see his name up in the rafters one day at Staples. Do not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, Manny. I mean, yes, shout out to my mans for having an incredible last couple of games. This is why I get upset with fans after he has one bad game. It's bound to happen. If he was inconsistent the way Kuzma was, I'd be sitting here bashing on him every time we talk. But AD has one bad game, and he comes out the next game and he dominates. And this is why I hate it when fans talk down on him. Like, he has one bad game, suddenly it's trade AD. What do we waste our money on? And it's just so sad to see that, because he does contribute a lot to this team. And as great as a player as LeBron is, he needs AD on his team to help him win this championship. And I'm so grateful that we have someone like him on our team. AD has definitely proven himself, especially in the playoffs. I don't know what it is about those game ones. When we lose, we just step it up after. And if that's what it takes to win the championship, or those rounds or whatever, then I'm okay if we lose game ones, because I still see this going to a game 5. I don't see it going anymore. If we continue playing the way that we're playing, and hopefully no players are injured. Just like touching up on what Aaron was saying earlier, there's, you could tell that, the Suns are not playing the same way that they would if they had Chris Paul out there fully healthy. And there's something that Aaron asked us during the pregame show was if we think that Chris Paul was going to play like normal again tonight, or if our playing like aggressively like contributes to, us winning more over like his injury. I forgot how you worded it, Aaron, but to answer that question again, I kind of had a feeling that we were going to see Chris Paul struggling again this game. I mean, there was not enough time to rest that shoulder. Hopefully within the next couple of days, he does have that time to get better and come out and play stronger, because we don't want to see a good player down. And also, we don't want to hear by the media that the only reason why the Lakers won in Game 5 is because one of the Phoenix Suns' best players are out. Because we're going to hear that if we do win, which we will win. But we want all of the players to be fully healthy, because we want to win fair and square, and we want to show everyone what our team is capable of, even though we constantly have injuries as well on our own team. I mean, hopefully everything's good, everyone's good. We don't want to see any good player down. We want to see a good, clean, healthy game. Even though we have seen the Suns play a little dirty. Well, not a little.
Yes.
At the end of the game tonight. Honestly, I think Booker is a great player, but what he did at the end to Schroeder, the way he pushed him when he was up in the air, that is dirty basketball. And Dennis Schroeder could have gotten seriously injured off of a play like that. And that's not basketball. That's not sportsmanship. That's just hateful. I'm sorry. And the Suns got to come out better than that. I mean, like, look at LeBron, like the way he was kind of playing around with Jade Crowder tonight. That was fun to watch. It was all good fun. And we love to see it. That's what basketball is about right there. But when you get aggressive like that, that's not something we want to see. That's not respecting you as a player even. So, I mean, I hope we see a better side from the Suns as well after this game.
Yeah, I was just going to even mention to you guys about that as well. Perfect. Medina took the words right out of my mouth, though. Honestly, though, and you know what? Like, I'm about seeing physical basketball. I like to see the physical, the aggressiveness between two others, or just fighting for rebounds, fighting for loose balls, fighting for a jump ball. I'm all about that. But when it comes to any player that's getting pushed away like that, or any kind of related injury, obviously, there's other things eventually that we'll get to as well about fans involving, getting players upset as well. Which is it's all not okay, no matter what. If it's fans related to each other getting hassling with each other, if it's fans approaching players or dumping popcorn on somebody, like Westbrook got dumped popcorn on, which is unexcusable. Like you gotta be respectful, just like you would in any other game and if it was a player.
Trae Young getting spit on too yesterday.
That was disgusting.
Exactly. Oh, it's disgusting. It's not right. You just gotta have class, and if you're gonna, but when it comes to basketball, like, I'm okay with that physical aspect of it. If you're gonna have big guys going at each other, maybe someone dunks on somebody, get a block like Andre Drummond with his huge block he had on Booker. I'm cool with that. Like, you're gonna show emotions, good. I noticed obviously Schroeder was having fun with it at the end because yes, Booker pushed him, and then he goes and sits there and does push-ups, and he's like, okay, that's all you got on me, like, no problem. And everyone thought, oh my God, Schroeder's gonna get pushed, Schroeder might get fouled for taunting him, and it's like, nah, I mean, he just wants to play. I mean, exactly. And of all guys to see him okay, he's just sitting there like, not a big deal, whatever. He just says, look, it's basketball, and he said it wasn't a great play, and you know what? Booker and Crowder deserve to be ejected as well, because Crowder was already causing all kinds of issues and just opening his mouth, barking his lips, and there's no place for that. You just gotta play the game and keep going.
I got a lot to say about that. What you said about the fans and stuff. Honestly,
hello, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Rudy. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was gonna say. Oh my God, I have a lot to say about this. The fans, like, I understand, like, we like to troll, we like to talk smack sometimes, as diehard fans, but if you're throwing popcorn or if you're spitting at players, you have no right to be in an NBA arena watching a game. And honestly, shout out to the New York Knicks. I heard they banned that guy was a season ticket holder, the girl or guy, I forgot what it was a season ticket holder at MSG for many years. They banned them from the arena. Good job, New York Knicks, for doing that. But also, what you guys mentioned about the Phoenix Suns, I mentioned that in Game 1 on the post game. They are a bunch of goons. I've noticed that from CP3 and from Devin Booker. Like, what are you guys doing injuring players? Like, keep it classy. Think about it. Life is too short. Like, life is too short to, like, to cause crap in the NBA, to cause crap in the basketball world. Like, play the game clean. If you lose fair and square. If you win fair and square. Stop trying to get by injuring guys, by doing flops. But Medina, but you're right what you said about, like, the media is obviously going to use this as an excuse. Like, oh, CP3 wasn't fully healthy. That's why the Lakers won. Like, Skip Bayless, if you're watching this, shut up, you clown. You're not, like honestly, you can say whatever you want. I don't care. Honestly, Skip, you're irrelevant. I don't care what you say. If you want to discredit the Lakers, if you want to make like these analogies about the Lakers, the fact that LeBron is just stat padding. Like, first of all, LeBron is not stat padding. He's trying to do what he has to do in order to make us win the game. So, Skip, if you're watching this, shut up and go sit down. That's all I got to say about that.
That's so many. I mean, yeah, the media should not be talking any crap about the Lakers right now. I mean, we had our two best players out for most of the season. We were in the 7th seed. We were going against the number 2 seed, and we're playing like we're the number 2 seed. That's just facts for me.
Yep,
maybe I sound a little biased, but I honestly believe the only reason why the Jazz and the Suns are up on the first 2 on the list is because the Lakers just dropped because we lost our good players, but we still managed to stay and fight as hard as we can to stay in those seeds where, we make the playoffs, even though that we had to play in the play-in tournament. We've fought so hard every single game to get to where we are now. So when we win, we better deserve we better get that credit from the media that we deserve, because we have
sadly.
worked our butts off this year. We've seen too many injuries, too many COVID BS stuff that's prevented our players from playing games. It's just been a wild season, guys. So, I mean, the way the Lakers are playing right now, I have a feeling that we're going to make it very far into this. I'm not trying to jinx anything, but when we do win, we better get that credit that we deserve, because this was not an easy win for us at all.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys hit it right on the spot. First of all, obviously, it's Manny was saying this. Manny said this before. No matter where the Lakers have been in, he says, "Look, the Lakers are never going to get any credit. The media is never going to give us the extra hype. They're going to give it to somebody else. They're going to say, oh, Lakers, they won this game.' Now, don't get me wrong. There is some people that are in the media, obviously, but most likely LA based, that will give the Lakers the credit, because they know they're working their tails off. They're playing great. I mean, look, they've been battling an injury-prone season. They've been battling a bunch of, obviously, the COVID stuff as well. And they've done so much that they could. And look, it's frustrating. Lakers got themselves where they were because of what happened with the Portland series. And you know what? It is what it is. Because actually, fun fact, in case you guys didn't hear it on the broadcast, the Lakers are the second lowest seed now to finish and make it advance to the playoffs, and are on track possibly to repeat, depending on how things go, because in 2011 and I believe 2013 as well, the Kings, who they share the building with as well, were the lowest seed in the playoffs, and they actually went on and won the Stanley Cup championships. So, anything's possible. And also, shout out to the Lakers and Staples Center for signing a new agreement. Laker Nation is not going anywhere. That building is going to be ours. We're going to keep rocking.
Hell yeah.
Building, so.
You already know that building is ours, and whatever building that the Clippers are building in Inglewood, go ahead and move there, because Staples Center is our house, and it's the house that Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, the GOAT, built. That is facts.
We're gonna see 20 more championships.
And 20 more championships. We're gonna pass the Montreal Canadiens and the New York Yankees. We're gonna have the most championships in sports. We're gonna have 30 championships by the end of 2040. We're gonna have 30. Mark my words. You guys could watch this video 20 years later. I'm telling you right now, we are going to have 30 championships. We're passing the Montreal Canadiens and the New York Yankees.
I'm gonna look back and say, damn, I was so much younger.
We're gonna be like, damn, Manny was like a fortune teller. He can just see the future.
I'm gonna be 45 in 20 years. That's crazy.
Oh god. Let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah, let's not.
Too early to call. All right, Rudy. Any trouble you all see down the line with any other team with the Lakers Bucks in the finals? Go for it, guys.
Honestly, that's not a bad prediction. I said either Philly or the Bucks are taking the East, and either us or the Jazz are taking the West. So that's not a bad prediction. And honestly, it would be great ratings for the NBA on ABC. The reason why is because the two of one of the most marquee guys in sports, forget NBA, in sports, is LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Those two are generational talents, and they are practically the faces of the NBA. Two straight years, they've been the captains of the All-Star game. That's how you know they are the two marquee guys. And Giannis, obviously, two-time MVP. Obviously, he's never done anything big in the playoffs because, Chris Middleton hasn't really lived up to that hype of being that number 2 guy. Obviously, they got Jrue Holiday now to help their defense. So, what I always say, guys, defense and depth wins championships. Bucks could make the finals because of their defense. They picked up Jrue Holiday for that reason. And obviously, us Lakers, we have the best defense in the NBA. So, and our depth is incredible. We have so much depth from top to bottom. So much guys with hustle, with grit, with defense, with rebounding, with passing, driving to the lane. I mean, obviously our threes and free throws aren't great, as Medina always points out, but everything else is absolutely spot on. So, Lakers and Bucks. If that was a finals in real life in July, I would not be surprised at all. That definitely could be the NBA Finals. Absolutely, Rudy. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a possibility we could see the Lakers and Bucks, but for some reason, I'm seeing more Lakers against Philly. I just feel like Philly's the better team this year. And also for the West Coast, I feel like, I mean, the Jazz are great too, but I feel like the Mavs are a little bit more of a threat to us right now. They've been playing really good lately. And like I mentioned before, and I believe it was the previous post game or pregame show, the Mavs, they shut us down those 2 games we played against them last month. So that was kind of scary to see. And I would be a little bit worried facing them off in the playoffs. It'd be fun games to watch, of course. But other than that, I don't see the Nets being a threat to us because they have 0 defense on their team. I don't care I don't care what all-star they have on their team. I don't see the Nets making it past round 2 or 3 even. So we'll see about that. But I feel like the Mavs and Philly are probably our biggest challenges, and possibly the Bucks too. I'm not trying to downplay them. I think they're a great team. I think Giannis is one of the best players in the NBA right now as well. But that's just my opinion. I think the Lakers and Philly, we probably see that more in the championship.
Guys, it'll be interesting to see where things finish. That is the beauty of the NBA playoffs, because it's exciting. People that you thought, obviously everyone thought the Bucks were going to make it and do what they did.
Yeah.
Now, obviously it looks like Miami is looking like they're about checking out for the year as well. But you know what? Anything can happen. It doesn't matter, obviously, which is why Lakers still got to keep their foot down. Just because you're up in the series, you got to stay up. And your goal, the Lakers' goal, looking ahead, guys, on Sunday, Lakers' goal right now is to 3-1, get it up to 3-1. Take care of business at home. You got your home fans. Use them. And oh my God, it was so exciting to hear how loud the fans got. Also, in case anybody didn't hear that, the fans were chanting Kobe throughout the whole game, the last few minutes of the game.
My God,
and that was amazing. I loved it. It was kind of giving me a little bit of emotions here because we love it, and that man is always going to have a legacy in that building. Whoever takes it,
you know it.
Facts. That's my GOAT, my favorite player of all time. The reason I became a Laker fan.
Same.
Like, if it wasn't for Kobe, I don't know what sport I would have been into.
True. But hey, you know what? That is going to do it for us for Lakers Live post-game show. Guys, tune in 12 o'clock Lakers Live pregame show. That's when we'll be back on. Lakers and Suns getting it going on Sunday. For Manny, Medina, and myself, I'm Aaron, guys. For those of you that are new to the show, thanks for joining, guys. Make sure you are following our pages, our social media platforms, especially our Instagram account. It is some fire content on there for you. We get you pumped for the games. We give you our predictions, our breakdowns, everything. You don't want to miss it. So make sure you are following our pages, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Take care, guys, and we will see you on Sunday. Have a good night, guys.
Peace. What a game, guys. Let's go.